cute? Exactly.
Justice League was a fucking fun, goddamn awesome, turn your brain off, popcorn munch action film that I've been waiting all year to watch. This film was so fun to watch on the big screen. It was like I was a kid again and the Justice League cartoon was on Saturday morning and I was in my footy pajamas watching it with a bowl of fucking Lucky Charms and my Batman cowl. God, I had such a fun goddamn experience watching this film.
Wake up! Wake up, wake up, wake up! Up you wake, up you wake, up you wake, up you wake!
Justice League? More like just us compromising everything we did that separated us from Marvel. Justice League was a piece of shit. No surprise there.
But I like it.
I don't even know what to say. This movie's a mess. And given the giant, colossal box office failure this movie is becoming, we didn't really feel the need to rush out a video because most of you probably weren't gonna see it anyway. People might be wondering, is it better than Batman v Superman?
I think it is.
No. It's not. They're exactly the same in quality. The only reason why I would prefer this movie over Batman v Superman is because it doesn't last nearly as long as that movie or the Ultimate Edition. So if you just want to get it over with, watch Justice League, and then it'll be over in 2 hours or whatever. It's just as bad, but it commits different sins than the previous movie. Also, this movie does things that make Batman v Superman make even less sense. From BVS, I had this impression that Superman was already alive at the end because of the way they ended the movie. But nope, the dirt just flew up for no reason. He's not alive, he's dead, and they need to revive him. Why would you put the dirt flying at the end of the movie and then in the next movie it just doesn't even matter? It doesn't make any sense. He should have been alive already, just based on what the same director and writer told us at the end of the last movie. The ending wasn't ambiguous. Dirt flies when he's about to fly. It was proven in Man of Steel, and I don't want to hear, oh, it was just showing that he has potential to come back. Like, no, sorry. If you look at this movie objectively without knowing any of the characters from comic books or animated TV shows or whatever, you would not know who these people are. Think about it. If this movie was your first time watching any of these characters in your whole life, you would not understand them. You would not know what drives them as a person. You would not know anything. The only two characters who have anything to do emotionally are the Flash and Cyborg, but it's so paper thin, it doesn't even matter.
Flash was alright.
No, he wasn't. The Flash was fucking obnoxious. Any scene that had any possibility of being okay was ruined by his jokes. Is this a bad time to tell you about my blood sugar? That had nothing to do with anything. It was fine conceptually that he would be a very naive person, but the execution of that idea was not good. Every time the Flash attempted comedy, it gave me the same feeling I felt watching Donald Trump being elected.
Do you really think that...
Oh, wow, they really just vanish. Huh? Oh, that's rude. Oh, awesome. As a bat signal, that's your... Oh, shit. It's so cool.
Anyway, Wonder Woman showed a lot more emotion than in her solo outing, but her and the Amazonians were portrayed in a very sexualized way, which was kind of weird. In Wonder Woman, what made it stand out a little to me was how these women seemed like warriors and not like sex objects, and I think that was credit to Patty Jenkins. Her direction and choices made them stand out. Now they look super sexualized, and it's really weird. Also, Wonder Woman has a lot of gratuitous butt shots, and she's supposed to be the strong, independent female hero, but now they have made her just as sexualized and unlikable as Black Widow.
She gave possibly the laziest form of exposition that has ever been delivered in film history. It was like all of a sudden they got Pierre Coffin and Chris Renaud, the people from Illumination Animation, to tell us the history behind the mother boxes and Steppenwolf. As they cut to the events that she was telling the audience, I mean Bruce Wayne, you can tell that Gal Gadot performed this in a recording booth and not where she was explaining all of this to the audience. I mean Bruce Wayne. You can hear the quality change in the audio, and you can tell because her speech pattern totally changed, and I couldn't help but laugh out loud in the theater.
Aquaman was pretty much a bro the whole movie, and I did not like that at all. He reminded me of those kids in high school that would bully on handicapped kids for no reason and think they are cool. Superman smiled a lot, and when he smiles, I smile. This is the best he has ever been.
They tried to rewrite wrongs they did to Superman in the previous movies, but I can't connect with Superman because his face looks terrible, and not in a John Hurt in David Lynch's Elephant Man type of way, but in a Carrie Fisher CGI Rogue One Hope way.
But when he was brought back to life, the scene was riddled with a bunch of dumb moments and really badass moments. Like when the entire league tried to take him out, I absolutely loved when the Flash was running and Cal was able to see him with the Speed Force. That was amazing. But then when he picked up Batman by the face and said, "Do you bleed?" that was dumb.
Why is Bruce Wayne acting like Tony Stark?
I hear you can talk to fish.
What are your superpowers again?
I'm rich.
Why in the third act did Batman change it to a Night Owl / Bible Man suit? Yeah, I said Bible Man. Look at it. The suit looked silly. There was no need for it. The goggles, I don't remember Alfred explaining them, and I don't know what the purpose of that suit was. But I guess we'll find out in the 3-hour 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray DVD extended director's cut or whatever. In this movie, they decided to use the original John Williams Superman theme and the original Danny Elfman Batman theme, and I don't know why, because when those pieces of music were used, it was so muffled by everything else you couldn't hear the music. You're running into a trap either way using it because 1, you're heavily playing on nostalgia in that way, which is quite lazy, and 2, if you're gonna do it, just fucking do it. It seemed really odd that they didn't even use Hans Zimmer's Superman score at all, even though that score is really good. They've been using it for every single movie in the series besides Suicide Squad, obviously, so why isn't it being used in this movie? It's not like because Hans Zimmer isn't working on that series anymore that Warner Brothers can't use his score. Warner Brothers owns the rights to his score, like how they owned the John Williams and Danny Elfman themes, so why was it not used? It just makes no sense. Then Danny Elfman was hired to make this bland, nothing of a score that is played throughout the movie, and I hated it. This movie is a mess. It's just a collage of things.
I don't give a fuck about Steppenwolf. I don't give a fuck. He's not a real person, he's CGI. He's not even good CGI, he looks fucking terrible. Justice League is owned by WB, so is Planet of the Apes. So why aren't they using the same visual effects team? Because although the Planet of the Apes movies aren't that great, the visual effects look amazing. But here in Justice League, every CGI is fucking dog shit. Dog shit. And I bet there's little things, you know, that they did with CG that I wouldn't have noticed, like obviously, but the things they used to cover up the fact that they didn't want to shoot on location, or they didn't feel like, you know, having a real actor actually play the villain just look fucking terrible. For some reason at this point, WB and everyone else has still figured out that the tone wasn't the problem with these movies. It was the logic of the movie, the structure of the movie, the way the movie was executed through too much CGI, inconsistent characterization, scenes that are nothing, they're halfway scenes. I need actual scenes where we get to live in a setting. It's not like I want to do that anyway in this movie, because nothing looks real.
This is man's.
Pause. Why does this shot jump like this? It makes me feel like the rest of the movie will be like this too. Let's do a countdown. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, what? Does Diana not care about the people in the background that can get hit by the door's debris? You were using a machine gun fire more than one bullet, you idiot. He's dead. He's dead too. I'm glad there's not a lot of senseless CGI destruction in this video. Oh, never mind.
I don't believe it. What are you?
A believer.
That line was fucking stupid. I feel like this would kill everyone.
Usually in Zack Snyder movies, there's this big problem where he tries to make every single scene epic so that nothing in the movie feels epic, kind of like Michael Bay. But in this movie, everything is not built up well, so everything in the movie emotionally falls flat. Every time something happened, I just felt underwhelmed because of the way that it was filmed and the way that everything was executed. Nothing felt special, which is the exact opposite of what Zack Snyder does, which is to make everything special so that nothing is special. But here, nothing is special because nothing was special. It's almost like a director with no style whatsoever was handed the task of finishing this movie. Good job, Warner Brothers. You hired the guy who directed The Avengers to finish a movie directed by the same director of Batman v Superman.
And he's coming!
Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding.
Dressed like a bat.
You really are out of your mind.
I'm not the one who brought a pitchfork.
You guys are geniuses. I mean, their styles don't clash whatsoever. Why do I even care? The biggest example of everything falling emotionally flat was the reunion of Martha
Why did you say that name?
and Clark. It just falls flat because I didn't get to experience her grieve at all. How am I supposed to feel uplifted by her reunion if I didn't feel the space between them? There was like 2 scenes with her and Lois, but where were the scenes with her just by herself? Where were the scenes of her, you know, grieving about how the fact that her husband is dead and her son is dead, and she's alone, and she only has Lois? Where are those scenes? Those scenes aren't even in Batman v Superman either. Justice League is a movie that's so much shit to do that it doesn't even do anything because it's 2 hours. hours, and 2 hours isn't long enough to do all the things that it needs to do.
This movie is basically a cookie-cutter generic Marvel film.
It's true. That's exactly how it feels. The dark tone was fine. The dark tone was never the problem. It has been proven in the past that you can make a superhero movie as dark as you want and the majority of people will like it. Everything else was the problem with these films.
If I had to compare it to any one of the films in Marvel's long history, it would be just as okay as Age of Ultron. They both have the same feel to it. I like this film more though than Age of Ultron, and all the other DC movies. I had a lot of fun, and that is something I can't really say about other DC films. They seem to fully embrace the comic book universe that they are in, and ditch the real world vibe that they were trying to set up in the previous films. Yeah, that is kind of annoying, as I was looking forward to the more real world scenarios. But hey, this worked better than those in my opinion. I'm definitely going to get the Blu-ray for this film. I can't wait to rewatch it and have an even funner, more fun time with fun all over this fun, and I'm gonna have fun. I'm not gonna lie, when we entered the third act, I got upset because I didn't want the movie to end. I was having so much fun.
As soon as I realized what this movie was, I wanted it to end as soon as possible.
Oh, come on.
This movie sold out. People are going to like this because they think it's like Justice League Unlimited or the comic books they read when they were younger, but first and foremost, this movie is a movie, and it fails to be a good one. One episode of Justice League Unlimited has more nuance than anything in this 2-hour clusterfuck.
So I'm guessing you're not giving this a 5 out of 10 like me?
Nope.